Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another action movie night. Tonight, I will be reviewing Tombstone, released in 1993. Tombstone stars Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton, Powers Boothe, Michael Biehn, Stephen Lang, Dana Delany, Dana Wheeler-Nicholson, Joanna Pacuła, Michael Rooker, Buck Taylor, Billy Bob Thornton, Harry Carey Jr., Robert Mitchum, and Charlton Heston. Tombstone was directed by George P. Cosmatos. Now this one was written by Kevin Jarre. And he was originally supposed to have been directing this film. But the rigors of directing a film were a bit too much for him. So they had to replace him. Word has that during the time when there was no director, Kurt Russell stepped in and directed parts of the film. And then they sent in George P. Cosmatos to take over as the full-on director of the film. Now, how much of that is true? It's unknown. Val Kilmer has said in numerous interviews that Kurt Russell did indeed direct most of Tombstone. Meanwhile, Michael Biehn, he ended up saying that Kurt Russell never directed him in any of his scenes. So, how much of it is true and how much of the film Kurt Russell did direct is a question. But what isn't a question is how great this film is. No matter who was responsible for putting this film together, this film is one of the greatest westerns ever made. Kurt Russell is excellent as Wyatt Earp.
You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
But his role, as good as he is in that part, pales in comparison to Val Kilmer in the role of Doc Holliday.
I'm your huckleberry. That's just my game.
As do the rest of the Earp brothers. Sam Elliott, as great as he is, plays Virgil Earp, but his character, much like Bill Paxton's Morgan Earp, are given very limited screen time in this film. They shine when they're on screen, yes. But both are, as per how it went in history, both characters are dispatched and taken out of the story. Morgan, because the character is killed, and Virgil, because he is injured. So, our villain in this film begins as Powers Boothe, playing the role of Curly Bill Brocious, which he chews so much scenery playing this role, but it is a joy to watch him play this part. He literally is eating up every scene he's in. The only scenes he gets upstaged in is the scenes with Michael Biehn's Johnny Ringo. Michael Biehn is basically the equivalent of the bad guy version of Val Kilmer's Doc Holliday. So when it comes to the final parts of the film, when you get that final showdown in the shootout between Doc and Ringo, it was inevitable that that was going to happen. This film is so well made, and the characters are so endearing that even the smallest, most insignificant characters shine and stand out. One that I can note of is Billy Bob Thornton as Johnny Tyler. He has basically one scene in this film, and he shines in this scene. Even though his character is just this little bully that gets dispatched by Kurt Russell's Wyatt Earp, his performance is so good. And the funny thing is, from what I have read about this, none of the dialogue that Billy Bob Thornton speaks in this film was in the script. He was instructed to just be a bully. And everything that he said in this film was apparently ad-libbed by Thornton, which is incredible because it is a great little performance in this film. Another standout in this film is, of course, Stephen Lang playing Ike Clinton. Now, Stephen Lang is such an amazing actor. He can play a sniveling, little weak bastard character like he plays in this, and then he can go on and play super strong, badass characters in other movies. It just shows what a great talent Stephen Lang is as an actor, and he doesn't get enough credit for that. But yes, as Ike Clinton, you love to hate him. Dana Delany is the love interest as Josephine Marcus, and her and Kurt Russell's scenes together are pretty hot. They have some pretty good chemistry there. Joanna Pacuła is Big Nose Kate, Doc Holliday's girl, and for the moment she's on screen, she is pretty damn good as well in here. A part that kind of let me down, but it just shows what a great actress she is too, because she made me not like her, was Dana Wheeler-Nicholson as Maddie Blaylock, Wyatt's, at the time, wife. And I had seen her in Fletch, and she was so cute, adorable, and lovable in Fletch as that character. I just absolutely loved her in that movie. And in this, she's this drug-addicted, despicable person that just treats Wyatt horribly. Another great standout in this film is, of course, our storyteller, who is only in the opening and end of the story. The narrator is the legendary Robert Mitchum, who was originally supposed to have played an actual role in the film, playing Old Man Clanton. But apparently, while they were shooting, probably with Kevin Jarre as the director, a horse bucked Mitchum off of it, and he broke his hip, and he couldn't resume filming. So they just cut the part, and he stuck around for the narration in the opening and end of the film, and he is just, it's unmistakable. That is the legendary Robert Mitchum.
1879. The Civil War is over, and the resulting economic explosion spurs the Great Migration west.
Doing that narration. And then, of course, you have Charlton Heston making a couple of scene appearance, but it's kind of almost like an extended cameo as the character of Henry Hooker. The disappointment with this character, as I was talking to my good friend Buddy Campbell not too long about this, is the fact that you've got this great actor in here and he never really gets to do anything. He has this great line.
Don't worry. They want him. They got to come over us first.
But then he does nothing. In fact, he lets Doc Holliday leave after he said he was going to be protecting him. So, but still, this film is in my opinion, it's not one of the greatest Westerns of all time. As you could see on my ranking of the top 10 Westerns of all time, I placed this film as my number one Western of all time. And that has not changed. So my final review of Tombstone from 1993. I give this film 10 out of 10. This is a perfect masterclass on how you do a great, great Western. If you have not seen Tombstone, I implore you, watch it immediately in whatever streaming service you can find it on. But have you seen this movie? And do you agree with my review? Let me know in those comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon to be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, don't forget to click on that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. All right. Hope you've enjoyed this very special action movie night. And I hope you will join me tomorrow for another Versus night. Thanks for watching.